You said, I'm going to quote, it's inconsistent to denounce white supremacy but not repudiate voter ID laws. Did you say that?
Thank you for the questions, Senator.
You're welcome.
I believe that was an interview I gave in the days after Charlottesville,
Right.
and I believe those statements were it was in my role as an advocate regarding my work representing voters in Alabama challenging.
So you didn't mean them as a person?
I made them in my role as an advocate.
Do you mean them as a person? I'm not asking you in your role as an advocate. Do you believe that if you're against white supremacy, you have to be against voter ID laws?
Senator, in my role as an advocate, I have.
Ma'am, I'm not asking you about this. It wasn't the case. I'm asking you what you believe. And I don't appreciate you dodging my question.
Senator John Kennedy doesn't hold back as he grills a Democrat judicial nominee on her past statements and beliefs. From dodging questions on white supremacy and voter ID to making shocking claims about police violence, Kennedy demands straight answers and exposes the nominee's confusion and contradictions. This is one of the most tense and revealing Senate exchanges you'll ever see. Senator Kennedy begins with a quote pulled directly from a 2017 article where the nominee, Miss Merle, claimed it was inconsistent to denounce white supremacy while supporting voter ID laws. Kennedy doesn't want legalese. He wants to know what she believes. The nominee hides behind her past role as an advocate, refusing multiple times to share her personal opinion. Kennedy doesn't back down. Let's dive in.
Now, this is a serious position you've been nominated for. Do you believe that someone who is against white supremacy also has to be against voter ID laws?
Senator, no. The Supreme Court has held that photo ID.
What do you believe?
I believe that the Supreme Court has held.
What do you believe personally?
I believe that photo ID laws have been held to be constitutional.
Do you think voter ID laws are appropriate or inappropriate?
I believe those are questions that election officials.
Do you believe that voter ID laws are appropriate or inappropriate?
I believe that photo ID laws have been held to be constitutional. I believe there are cases in which
What
they
do
are.
you believe?
I believe there are cases in which they are
What do
appropriate.
you believe?
I also believe there are cases
What do you
in
believe?
which they can.
What do you believe? Do you
Senator,
believe?
let her answer, please.
I'm trying to. We both know what's
Needs
going on,
to-
Mr. Chairman.
Let her complete the sentence.
Well, let me do my own questioning, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate your help, Professor. Do you believe that voter IDs laws are appropriate or not?
I believe there are circumstances where photo ID laws can be constitutionally implemented. And I believe that the Supreme Court has also held that there are circumstances when they would not be constitutionally permitted.
Okay. All right, Ms. Chaudhry. Am I saying your name right?
It is Chaudhry.
Chaudhry. Thank you for correcting me.
Thank you.
Senator John Kennedy didn't just participate in a hearing, he delivered a lesson in civic responsibility. What we witnessed wasn't mere political theater. It was a deliberate, methodical attempt to uncover the truth behind a nominee's evasive testimony. And make no mistake, Kennedy exposed it. He asked simple, direct questions. What do you believe? Not what the Supreme Court says, not what your client believed, not what your past job title allowed you to argue, just what do you personally believe? Yet time and again, Miss Merle refused to answer. She deflected. She hid behind the title of advocate, as though that absolves her of responsibility for her own words that painted law enforcement as villains and cast suspicion on policies supported by the vast majority of Americans. But Kennedy wasn't fooled. He pressed on, not because he enjoys confrontation, but because the truth matters. Because when someone is nominated to a lifetime position on the federal bench, the American people deserve clarity, not confusion. Honesty, not hedging. Senator Kennedy's frustration wasn't rooted in partisanship, it was rooted in principle. He made it clear, if a nominee can't say what they believe under oath, how can they be trusted to interpret the law fairly behind the bench? Let's be real. Judges wield tremendous power. They shape lives, communities, and the future of this nation. Kennedy's stand in that hearing was about ensuring that power doesn't fall into the hands of someone who lacks the courage to speak with conviction. He called out the contradiction. He challenged the narrative, and he made it known that our justice system should never be led by those who can't even articulate their own values.